What's up guys, it's Katie, and yes, I know I'm a couple days late with the Detective Pikachu stuff, but look, I needed some time to process. But now that I have had time to process and to think about it, I can finally talk to you guys about what I think of the Detective Pikachu trailer. Alright, so I just have to start off by saying that if 6-year-old Katie Wilson saw this trailer, I think she'd lose her mind. Because I am a huge Pokemon fan. I've been a fan of Pokemon since the very beginning, and there's always been like that dream in the back of my mind that one day they would make a live action Pokemon, and like what would that look like? And then you think about it and you're like, no, that'll never work. Like what could that possibly even look like? Like the Pokemon will be all wrong, they'll just be weird looking, and how would they ever do that? And I think that's why my brain, when I first saw this trailer, was like, oh my gosh, this is happening, and this is a real thing, and it's insane. So if you know me, you know I'm not the biggest fan of any sort of talking Pikachu, and by talking I mean saying words besides Pika Pika. But you know, this is Detective Pikachu, and Detective Pikachu talks, and it's Ryan Reynolds, which is so weird. Like, it's so weird. I don't know about you guys, but in the back of my head, whenever I thought, whoa, if Pikachu could say words, what would it sound like? Not Ryan Reynolds. Not gonna lie. It is a little odd because we know Ryan Reynolds' voice so well for being Deadpool, and now he's Pikachu? It's just so weird. It is so weird. I can almost not wrap my brain around it, but you know what? You just gotta move past the whole talking Pikachu thing as I knock things over here, because this trailer actually looks really good. The movie actually looks really good. Guys, it is so crazy to see like all of my favorite Pokemon, and just growing up and watching Pokemon, and now they're like, they have fur, and they like move a million times better than they would ever move in the anime, and like the fine details on them. Like, they did a really good job bringing these Pokemon to life. I think they look really good, and just the attention to detail, I have to say, like Pikachu's little fur, like you never think about Pikachu with fur because he was just flat. He just looked like a flat little rubber creature, but now he's got fur and you can see every little detail on him, which is just crazy. And gosh, seeing the Charizard in the trailer was incredibly epic. I'm not gonna lie, that was probably my favorite part of the trailer. And what I really appreciate about this movie, at least how they're marketing it, a lot of the Pokemon we saw were Gen 1 Pokemon. Now there was a Greninja in there, which is obviously not a Gen 1 Pokemon, so it leads me to believe that maybe there are gonna be some later generation fan favorite Pokemon in this movie, but it seems like, just based upon this first trailer, that they are sticking with a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon. But I have to say, if you're gonna do that, why the heck would you have a Mr. Mime in this movie? Mr. Mime is terrifying, okay? Mr. Mime has never been cute or fun. Like, I don't think that anyone would go to Professor Oak and with the options of any other Pokemon and a Mr. Mime would pick a Mr. Mime. I mean, there's probably a dude out there that's like, yeah, I want a Mr. Mime, but no, not me. Go away, Mr. Mime. But it does seem like that's a funny part of the movie, and yeah, but that Mr. Mime is terrifying. But like I said, all of the Pokemon look really good in this movie, and the detail looks so awesome. I loved all the Bulbasaur just walking in the creek, and I loved seeing the little Charmander in the beginning. You know, this movie actually does look really good, and I think Justice Smith, the lead guy in this movie, was a good choice. And now we have Detective Ryan Reynolds Pikachu, who is there to help him, and what I really liked about the trailer is how, you know, the lead character is like, can you hear him? Can you hear him talking? And everyone else just hears him go, Pika, Pika. I loved that moment. I thought it was really funny, and I like that he's the only one that can hear Pikachu talking, because I feel like that makes a lot more sense than if Detective Pikachu just could talk, and everyone else and all the other Pokemon don't talk, or maybe they will talk. Then it's gonna be crazy. Now I know some Pokemon talk anyway, like, you know, you look at Mewtwo, obviously Mewtwo talks, but I don't know, if they're gonna give all the Pokemon voices, that's gonna start to get really weird for me. But overall, I think this movie looks really beautifully done. Like, I really like the way the Pokemon look. I think the story of this movie sounds really good, and I'm excited to see it. I am. I'm excited. This is like childhood fantasy of one day hoping that there'd be a live action Pokemon movie, and we got it. It's coming. That's crazy. Now, I want to hear from you guys. What was your thoughts on this movie? What do you think of Ryan Reynolds as Detective Pikachu? Do you like the look of the Pokemon? Do you think this movie looks good? Are you excited by it? And I also want to know from you guys, which Pokemon specifically do you want to see in the movie? Because I want to see some Eevee evolutions in the movie. I think that would be really, really cool. And I hope we get more nature stuff, because a lot of it takes place, you know, in city environments, and I really want more of like the forest and getting to explore some of the Pokemon that live in the different regions. I think would be really cool. So I hope when he goes on his adventure with Detective Pikachu, we get to go to the caves, and we get to go to a forest, and we get to see water Pokemon. You know, I kind of want a whole broad spectrum of Pokemon, and I want also their locations out in the wild. I think that would be really cool. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys soon.